welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Emma and this is Emma's Cottage. In today's tutorial, I am going to be teaching you how to create your own design within Cricut Design Space, but really you could do this within your Silhouette or any other software that you might use for your designs. It's just to help show you how I do it and maybe help get your creative juices flowing so that you don't have to always rely on Etsy or design bundles to create fun designs. I'm going to teach you how you can create your own and even customize them so you could have your name on them, you could have your initials on them, like whatever your heart desires. Like honestly, the possibilities are endless. This is also a continuation. I think this is going to be part 3 of the Emma's Cottage mystery box. So this tumbler, if you were able to get your hands on the Emma's Cottage mystery box, it's only available in November 2021. Until they sell out. But don't fret, if you didn't get your hands on a mystery box, you can go ahead and order this from my craft source. I'll make sure that I have the link in the description below. But without further ado, if this sounds like fun to you, you want to learn how to make your own templates so that you can put them on your own tumblers, then tag along. All right, friends, here we are in Cricut Design Space. And today, as I promised in one of my past tutorials where we were doing tumblers, I'm going to try and teach you guys how you can come up with your own templates. Let me start off by showing you maybe this bride one. I did it. So what I do is I get a shape and I get a square. And really quick, I wanted to show you there's a small glitch within Design Space right now. Hopefully they'll figure it out, and I know that they're having an update tomorrow, so maybe this glitch will be fixed by then, but let me show you something. So my templates for my 20-ounce tumblers are a 9.3 by 8.2 is what I do. So what you do to get that is you're going to come up here and you're going to unlock your dimensions. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type in 9.3. And then I'm going to type in 8.2. All right, there's my square. There's my template, right? I go and I change it to a standard. And then I'm going to click on the colors here. And you can actually change your color to a pattern. So we're just going to click on any of these right now. See this line right there? And no matter which one I click on, you're going to have that line. Some of them you can't notice as much, but most of them, like you can definitely tell that there's a line. And that is because I sized it before. So that's the glitch. So let me show you. If I go and I get another square and I change that square to standard, and then I go to color and then pattern again, and then let's go find this blue pattern just like we have here. And then I make it big. Guess what? No more glitch. And you can even change it at this point. So I could go type in 9.3. by 8.2, and looky there, you no longer have that line. Now the reason why I'm sure is because it's probably like a standard size page, maybe 8.5 by 11 or something, and it cuts off right there, because you can see when I'm making mine bigger, it definitely stretches out the image. But I don't mind that in this type of designing, like for my templates. I would rather this over here than this and having a line, because what's going to happen is when you're wrapping it around your tumbler, sometimes you're already going to have a line. You know, you're doing your best to try and prevent having a line or a seam, but you're going to have one. And if you're doing it this way, you absolutely will see that on your print. Now, another thing that's going to happen, let me close out of this. So I've got this one. Now, if I go up and I change this, I believe when you change it, yep, it goes back to that. So you have to create a new box every time you want to switch to a different design. So that's kind of a bummer in my opinion. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's try and find this one. I'm going to go to shapes again. I'm going to start all over because I want to make sure that I get the size that I want, make it a little bit bigger. Again, we're going to go to the print and cut standard, go up here to the color. We're going to change it from color to pattern. And then let's go see if we can find this pattern. If I remember right, it was way, way down. Another thing I wish they could update in Design Space is making this bigger. Like these are so tiny and it's so hard to see. I also wish you could filter it better. Right now you can really only filter by color. It would be really amazing if like these could have names and it would just be easier to search. Because sometimes I find one that I like and I do a design with it, and then it takes me forever to go back and find that pattern again. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so I've got my pattern. I'm going to make it big. I'm going to go resize it. 9.3 by 8.2. Go. And then where did I get these cute little words? I have the Cricut Design Space monthly. I pay monthly for the subscription. So there may be things that I can do that possibly you guys can't if you don't have the subscription. But you can always create cute things yourself. I'm just showing you the quick way by using the images and the backgrounds in Cricut Design Space. So we're going to type in bride, I think is how I found this one. And then I scrolled down and I sat here and I clicked all these different brides until I found the one that I really liked. So here's the one that I liked, and you can see how this has an A. That means it's Cricut Access. Also shows down here that I'm subscribed, and so I can use this and not have to pay separately for it. It comes with my subscription. Where was it? Oh, right here, Bride Tribe. I'm going to go ahead and add those to the canvas. Oops. Let's work on, let me put this one down here for now. Let's work on the bride first. So anytime you get this, it's automatically going to come over as a basic cut. You can absolutely keep it a basic cut, but I typically go and I change it to a standard. It just makes it a little bit softer looking. And then what I did is I did an offset. As you can see down here, I have no holes in my offset, and here you can see that I would have holes. So to get rid of the holes, you just make your offset a teeny bit bigger, and you just keep going bigger until you see like this one has no holes behind it. I'm going to go ahead and click apply. And then what I did is I tried to find a color as close to this pink as I could. So you can see it's already here, but the way I did it is I clicked on the advance, and then I just kept clicking around in here until I found the color pink. I'm going to go ahead and click the pink. Then I'm going to grab these two together, and I'm going to click group. Now they're both together, and you can see they're both selected. I am going to go and do another offset because I want it to really pop. If I bring this over here, it's not popping, right? So I'm going to do it one more time. And this time, I don't need it as thick. I just need like a thin. So I'm going to take this down just a tad until I get like a thin line around the holes, the whole perimeter. I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. And you can see it automatically comes in black. You can change it to a different color, but I thought that that looked really great. So now I just need to group all of these together. I can resize it. I can bring it over here. And then that's where you can kind of pick and choose where you're going to have it on your tumbler. So I just thought that is adorable, right? So then the bride's going to have her very own. Be super cute. One other thing I wanted to show you is you can definitely play with different colors of offset. So if you're like, well, I wanted it a white offset or blue. I mean, possibilities are endless, you guys. There's so many things you can do with this. But I'm going to go ahead and keep it that pink color. So there's the brides. Now, how did I do the bride tribe one? Again, these are Cricut designs. I didn't like the gold. You guys very well could like it. I just wanted to try something different. So I clicked on this basic cut over here, which is the gold heart and the gold diamond. I changed those to black. Also, you can change this to the standard. I'm going to click on the words now. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go and change them to standard, and I'm going to change them to black as well. Okay, now I need to do the offset like we did before. I don't want any holes, so you can see that's going to have a hole there, hole there. And let me just show you what I mean by that. See how it has holes? You don't want the holes, right? Not for something like this. So let's try that again, do our offset. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger until I see those holes disappear. Perfect. That's about, I think, how I did it the last time. We're going to go ahead and hit apply. I'm going to change this to the cute pink color. I'm going to make sure that they're both selected, or all the layers are selected in this case. We're going to hit group. And then we're going to do it one more time, just like we did the bride. And then this one just needs to be a really thin black line, so I'm going to make it really small. We're going to hit apply. It always usually comes in black. They're all selected over here, so now we want to grab them all again and then hit group. And now you've got your bride tribe. So I just thought this was really cute if you had a fun bridal party and you wanted to give away gifts for, you know, the bachelorette party or something fun, or even the wedding day. This would be so cute to have little tumblers for each bridesmaid and then the bride. So I thought that was kind of fun. I wanted to show you guys how I made that. So here's a Christmas one. And you guys saw me make this one. This is the one that didn't work out so well, but that's okay. I learned. How did I get this one? The exact same thing we just did, you guys. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get a square. So that I don't get that glitch, I'm going to go ahead and get it a little bit bigger for now. I'm going to go change it to the standard. I'm going to go to the pattern. And then you just go down this list until you find what you're looking for, and it's right here. Okay, and then I was telling you earlier, this is one of the images that I uploaded. I got it from designbundles.net. It was a package. I think I've linked the package before, but I'll go ahead and I'll link the package in the description below. So if you guys are interested in this cute little design, you can definitely purchase it from designbundles.net. But I know that if I type in Christmas, I want to say that I label, yeah, see, there we go. We're going to click it. And you can see here, see how it says uploaded? This is how you know if it's something you uploaded or if it's something that you're subscribed and you can use. Now, if you guys are not subscribed, I believe you can still see all of these images, but then there's going to be a little price underneath it of how much it's going to cost you. Or it may not even let you click on them until you become a subscriber. I'm not sure. I've always been subscribed, so I couldn't tell you. So we've got it. It comes in really big. Let's make it a little bit smaller. even smaller. Same thing with this one. I wanted to make sure I had an offset so it popped because of course you can't see that, right? So we're gonna go click the offset. And sometimes it takes a second. I have noticed, actually, let me show you, see how long this takes? Sometimes I've noticed that the bigger your image is, the quicker the offset's gonna work. So let's just click on it. I could be wrong, but let's try it. There we go. And you can see this one has a few holes, but not too many. And that's okay because I'm gonna show you guys a different trick. So let's go ahead and click apply. All right, let me move this out of the way. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a circle and I'm gonna put a circle over this. Let's make it a little bit bigger until it's covering all of those holes. I'm going to select both the circle and the print and cut, and I'm gonna go ahead and click weld. And this is the offset. And I think there was one little one up there, but it's okay, no big deal. We're gonna change this to white. We're gonna put this, I'll see how it's behind it. I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna send to front. And I know you can't see the white, and it scares a lot of people. Don't worry about it. All you have to do is just drag and it's selecting both of them. You can see they're both selected over here. The other thing you could do is click on one, hold down your shift key, and then click on the other, and now you can tell they're both selected. I'm gonna go up here to arrange. Nope, I'm sorry, align. And we're gonna do center. And then we're gonna group. All right, so now if you go over it, you can see that they're aligned perfectly. I'm gonna size this down now to the size that I want it, and there you go. As quick as that, as easy as that, there's our second tumbler. All right, let's move on to another one. This one was a really fun one for me. So as you guys all know, my husband's name is Brad, I'm Emma, so I thought it would be cute to do a cute tumbler, you know, like if we were back in high school and typing things up or writing things around. How did I do this one? I went on my shapes, got the square, same thing we already did, you guys, just doing it again. This one might take me a second to find, so I'll speed through this part. One thing you can do to help speed it up is you can kind of click on colors. I'm going to click on pink, and maybe that will come up a little bit faster. I think it was that one. Yep, there it is. Look how cute. And you can see because I sized it after, it's not going to come in all weird, right? So I could go, I resize it. And this is for the 20-ounce tumbler. There we go. And then this part, I just did a whole bunch of different fonts. And you can see a lot of these, again, are probably not Cricut fonts. I get a lot of my fonts from Design Bundles or fontbundles.net. If you click on this one, you can actually see over here, like this font was Fontastic, Extreme Font, like Dandelion Font. So these are all the different types of fonts that I did. But again, I did a whole offset with this. Let's start with maybe the Dandelion font. And this one said Mrs. Hamilton. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to type in Dandelion because I know that's the one I used. And there we go. All right. And you can see I changed it to pink. So let's click on this again. We're going to go change this to a standard. We're going to change this to a pink. Now it remembers, like any of the colors that I already have been using, it's going to remember that pink. But as you can see here, that pink is not listed. So I had to go click this advanced and I had to click around for a pink that I thought matched closest to this background, just so you guys know. Okay, so let's get this Mrs. Hamilton again. Okay, so we need to do an offset just like we did on the other ones. So I'm gonna go click this offset button. And that's probably too big. You can see that I did it kind of tight. So I'm gonna make this a teeny bit smaller. But I don't wanna have any of these holes, like that hole there. So, I mean, I can definitely fix that actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit apply. Let's move this Mrs. Hamilton. You know what? It actually doesn't bother me. I'm gonna leave it. I don't mind it. Let's center that again. Because I did that. They're both selected, so I'm gonna group them. I'm gonna change this offset though. As you can see, what I did here is I changed it to white. I know you can't see it, that's totally fine. We're gonna highlight the two of them again, and we're gonna offset once more. We're gonna go ahead and hit apply, and I changed this one to pink. Group it, I forgot to group it. And then I think I made it small, something like that. Again, just trying to recreate what I had done earlier. Something like this, right? And really what I was trying to do is cover up some of these like K plus A and J plus B. And I get that's super cute, but I was trying to cover some of that up so that it looks like this is just for me and my husband. But I think you get the idea of how I did this. I don't think I need to go through and show you each font or how I did it because I did the same thing with each one. I just opened up a new font and I did multiple layers or offsets so that it would pop. So let me close this one out. We're going to hide this one, and let's see what other ones I have on here. That one is a big one. I have a lot of different layers on that one. This one's super easy, super easy. But I did want to show you something cool with fonts. So let's get our shape again. Change it to a standard, and then change it to pattern, and then just go through and find the pattern. It's probably easier if I click on the yellows, because then only the yellows are going to pop up. I'm not sure if that one's it. Oh yeah, there it is. Easy as that. And then we're going to go ahead and size it. Oh, I forgot to unlock it. There we go. And then we get our font here. Let's see if I remember the font. Oh, that's a weld. What font was this? Let me see if I can find it. I think it was two different ones. We're gonna just do E. Let's bring it down here. Let's make it a little bigger so we can see it better. And then I believe what I did here was, I think I started typing in like monogram on this one. And then I found it. Again, not all of these are going to be Cricut. A lot of these are going to be ones that I actually uploaded. I swear, let's see. Here it was. See how that has a cute little heart? So this was, I don't even know how to say that, you guys. Tibrola's script monogram. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. There's the E. And then I want to click on it again so that I can change this to a standard. It just makes it softer. Okay. And then the H. Let me show you what I did with the H. So I'm going to hit this text. I'm going to type in H. And see how this H looks different than that H? And then if I did like an uppercase H, like it just doesn't look good, right? So one thing I wanted to show you guys, within your computer, you can find this character map. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. This is usually within the settings of all of your computers. Right here for all fonts, I went in and it said find a font family, so I started typing in the name of this font, and that's how I found it. And then what you can do is you can kind of go down and see the different letters. So I went down and see, I've got that H and I've got the uppercase H, and I was like, well, I want something a little bit different. So I was just trying to find maybe a different H or a different swirly that I thought would work. You can see this one kind of goes back and forth like that. So let's see where I found that. Ooh, that one's even cute. I didn't see that one. Ooh, I kind of like that one better, maybe. Let me show you that one. Let's try that one. So if I click on this, there it is. If I right click on it, it says copy as text. I'm going to copy on the text. I'm going to go back here and delete both of these, but I'm going to, what I do is I do Control V, and there's that H. So that's kind of cute, huh? But I think I like this one better. Let's see if we can find that one. Let's see. Right here, there it is. So there's that H. We're going to right click on it, copy as text, go back to here, and see how you can't see it? It's really interesting that Design Space does that. I'm going to do Control V again, and there's that H. You can see the harsh lines around this because it's a basic cut. We're going to go change it to a standard so that it's soft lines. And then you can kind of see I decided let's go ahead and connect these at like right about there is what I did if we're comparing the two. Let's move this. Let's get it out of the way. I'm going to grab both of them. I'm going to go ahead and weld these together. So now that they are one piece. Then I'm going to go ahead and do the offset. I think it was about right there. Let's go ahead and hit apply. And then what I did is I changed this background to, it looks like a white that I changed it to. I'm going to group these two together. All right, we're getting it. And then I did one more weld, or one more offset. So as you guys can see, I typically do like 2 or 3 offsets to get like a really cool pop technique. I'm gonna make this one a lot smaller because I only need a teeny little offset here. We're gonna hit apply, and we're gonna change that to the gray that we had on the first one. I think it was this gray. There we go. Kind of fun. Let's grab them all and let's group them so that they will move freely together. And there you go. That's how I created that one. Okay, this one was kind of fun. I did the same thing, and I kind of want to recreate this one with you because you could make this one your own as well. Okay, and all of this I got from Cricut Design Space. So I just went into the images. I typed in, I want to say I typed in swirl. And you've got all these different swirlies that come up. and it wasn't too far down the list. Let's see. Ooh, is this one right here. I'm going to hit add to canvas. I'm going to move this out of the way while we do this. You can see the harsh lines because this is a basic cut, so I'm going to go change that to standard. I know I changed this to the teal color. You guys know me, I love myself some teal. And then we need to create the offset. I think it was about like that. I'm going to hit apply. Let's move this out of the way, and we're going to do the same thing I've taught you guys before. We're going to grab a circle, make it a little bit smaller until it's covering all the holes. Grab them both. We're going to weld it. We're going to bring this one to the front. We're going to center them. I'm going to grab just the black one, and I'm going to change it to white. Now I'm going to hover over them again, and I'm going to group. And voila, there we go. So just like that one, right? And then this one, Emma's Cottage. I don't remember let's see if I have the font. Oh, there we go. Abdillah font. So let's just start typing Emma's Cottage. You see it's pulling up the last font that I did. We're just going to go ahead and change it. ABD, I think is what it started with. There we go. Oh, and let's look at it. See, I believe when you don't see a C next to this, I believe that means it's fonts that I uploaded. But I'm not 100%. Yeah, okay, so see how this has an A? You know that that's a Cricut font. If it doesn't have an A, then it's something that more than likely I uploaded. So there you go. You can see I felt like these words were too far apart from each other. Make it a little bit bigger so you can see what I'm talking about. All I did was get this line spacing up here, and I'm going down because I want them closer together. You just keep clicking it until you get what you want. I think mine was about right there. Again, you can see that these lines are kind of harsh. It's hard to read, so I'm going to go change it from a basic cut to a standard cut. And voila, there you go. So now you guys can kind of see how I created that one. And see how easy it is, you guys? Like, you guys can do this. It's so easy. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to show you is how I print these. Because if I tried to print this through Cricut Design Space or even save it, like, it's not going to let me because it's too big. And even if I tried, this is the only thing showing. So if I went and clicked make it, it's going to say, hey, this is not compatible, right? So how do I overcome that? Most of you that watch my videos have seen me do this trick over and over again. And honestly, I can't wait I'm trying to get my hands on the new Solo, because the new Create software that they use for Solo, there's just so much more you can do with that software. So I cannot wait to get it so that I don't have to keep doing these workarounds. But what you do is you're going to click on the Microsoft Word. I'm going to open it up. You go to layout first. I go to my margins. I'm going to custom margins. And what I do is I click 0 tab, 0 tab, 0 tab, 0. Just basically changing those all to zeros. I'm going to hit enter. It's going to say, hey, you can't do zeros. And I'm like, fine, fix it. I'm going to click my enter button again, and it's going to change them all to what I can be at. And what that's doing is, if you see up here, see how these lines are on the side? That was our margins originally. So if I tried to put something in here, it wouldn't print this whole section or this whole section. Well, when I hit OK, watch these change. Ta-da! See that? So this is as far over as we can go. It's not going to let us print these extra sections. I tried. You guys watched me try. I tried to say 0, and it's not going to let me do it. Anyways, so that's how you're going to change your margins. That's the first thing you want to do. And then I'm going to go and change the orientation to landscape. All right? This is a new trick that I just learned from one of my followers. So what you do is you go up here to insert. You're going to go to screenshot, and then you're going to go to screen clipping. All right? When you do this, it's going to allow you to clip from another screen. So that disappeared, and here's my Cricut Design Space behind it. So then I'm just going to get as close as I can. All right, just like that. And it's dropping it right there into Microsoft Word. Amazing, you guys. And honestly, the quality looks great. So you can see it automatically has, it's selected this image, and it has this little dot here. Click on that dot and go down to behind text. And what that's going to do, it's going to make it so that you can move it freely, where before it was stuck in that one position. Now, the next thing we need to do, and this is important, because we have to size this back to that 9.3 by 8.2. We're going to go up here to the height and width. Now, make sure that you guys are on your picture format tab here at the top. That's how you're going to find this. So we're going to go up here. We're going to type in 9.3. Oh, sorry, I did that wrong. The width is supposed to be 9.3, not the height. 9.3. And that took that to an 8.18. If you wanted it exact, absolutely you can. Just click this little arrow and you're going to unlock the aspect ratios. And you can go ahead and change it right here, 8.2. And now that is exactly a 9x3 by 8.2. See? So there's your height and your width. And then you would go ahead and print it from here. But as always, anytime you're doing sublimation, you need to make sure that you are mirroring your image. Now you can either mirror it here. I don't even remember how. I feel like you have to do it in maybe, is it view? Oh, you guys, I've done it before and I just don't completely remember. Maybe it is here. Double clicking on the picture format tab. Oh, maybe it's rotate. Yeah, there you go. Flip horizontally. That's mirroring your image. So you could do it there, but you guys, I never do it there because my printer settings are already set up to mirror my images. So I'm going to leave it normal. I go to my file. I'm going to go to my print. I usually am either going to use my 15,000 or in this case, I could definitely use my 2760 because this is an 8x11. If I go to my printer properties, this is where I have some that are already set up. So this is like not mirrored or mirrored. I definitely want mine mirrored. And what are my settings, just in case you guys are curious? I always do premium presentation matte, paper matte. I always have high quality. It's always color. It doesn't really matter if you want to have portrait or landscape here. It's going to print it like this. Like this, whatever way you designed it, it's going to print it like that. Let's see. What are things? I don't think I changed anything else on this one. Let me go to more options. Here's my mirror image that I selected. If you don't have this selected, it's not going to mirror it for you. And then it usually is automatic. I changed mine to custom. I click on advanced. You can see under the color controls, I changed it to Adobe RGB. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to print this one and I'm going to print the cute boyfriend, girlfriend, high school one, like that looks like we're drawing on it. And I'm going to go press those with you guys today. So I'm going to go ahead and print these and I'll meet you guys over at the craft table. Okay, I've got them both printed out. Wanted to point out a few things. So I'm doing two today. One of the ones is going to be the one that came in your mystery box, and this one is from my craft source. It's definitely a little bit different than the ones that I have. I have a whole bunch in stock that I ordered from qualitysub.com. But I only have one from my craft source, so I wanted to make two. So we're going to see the difference between the two today. I will say my craft source one, let me take the lid off. The my craft source one's lid and the quality sub, is that what it's called? Quality. I'll make sure that I have the link in the description below for each of these. But you can see the difference in the lids. So this one has like the black plastic rubber ring. This one has like the clear. Looks like the tops are very similar. But the actual tumblers themselves, my craft source one is just a slightly smaller than this other one. And honestly, it seems like it is a teeny bit skinnier, but maybe not. No, it is definitely like, look at that. I can like put it inside. This is not a 30, this is a 20, at least that's what I thought it was. So to me, I'm pretty sure that these are both 20-ounce tumblers, but the my craft source one is a little bit smaller. I don't know if that means that this one is a little bit larger than 20 ounces or if this one's a little bit smaller. I'm not sure. I'm just showing you what I am looking at. And then the bottoms, this is the my craft source bottom, and then this bottom is the one from qualitysub.com. So, and this is one of my preferred vendors that I get them from. He sells them as of right now at the time of this video for about $5 each, which is insane. And he sells them in packages of, I think, 25 and 50. So you do have to buy them in bulk and it can be expensive, but for $5 a pop, it's a really good deal. And these do sublimate beautifully. This one at my craft source, I want to say these ones are going for around between 8 to 10. I don't remember off the top of my head. But the nice thing about these ones is you don't have to buy them in bulk. You can buy just one. So, but yeah, I just wanted to show you the differences between the two. The sublimation paper that we used today was the sublimation paper that came in your mystery box. It's the Starcraft sublimation paper. And I'm so excited to get to use it. I've actually done a few presses already with it and on different projects that I've done for my Etsy shop. And it's great paper and it has really great ink release. So I'm gonna go ahead and prepare these tumblers, get them ready. I've got the press back here heating up. It's heating up to its resting temperature, which is 350. And then we'll go ahead and I'm gonna press both of these today in my tumbler press. But if you don't have a tumbler press, if you press in the oven, I do have a video. I will go ahead and link it up above so that you guys can watch that video if you need to learn how to do it in your conventional oven. Just in case you're curious of what I was doing just then, is I'm cutting off the white side on one of the sides. So I'm going to cut that off, and then I'm going to overlap it on this side. But I don't want a ton to overlap. So really, I usually will grab my tumbler, and I'm going to start with one side. This is just temporary, just so that I can kind of see. And really, it's not too bad. So I think that I'm going to cut off a little bit of this side, the white, so that I don't have, because you only want like 1/4 of an inch overlapping. You don't want too much overlapped. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. I just want it nice and tight. And then I'm not concerned about the top part here. So I'm going to start with the side that has no white on it. I'm going to leave the side with the white. And I'm going to, what I like to do is I start on the table. I've got my tape. I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is a self-cutting tape dispenser, which is amazing for this type of a project. And I'm just going to pull it as tight as I can. Again, having a teensy bit overlapped is just fine. And when you're doing a tumbler press, it's actually fine to have somewhat of it on the bottom and the top, but only about 1/4 of an inch. You don't want much more than that. The other nice thing that I love about tumblers is you do not have to worry about, not tumbler, sorry, a tumbler press. You don't have to worry about taping the living craziness out of this. Like, you only have to do literally 3 pieces of tape, because your tumbler hugs it super tight. And so it's fine if you don't have a ton of tape like you typically would when you're doing the oven or the conventional oven. I think I just discovered. So this one is definitely tapered, you guys. This is a tapered design for sure, because it is thicker at the top than it is at the bottom. So with that said, we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board in Cricut Design Space. We're gonna have to redo this template because it's not gonna fit. That's why I was saying these two are different. This one's tapered. This is how you would know. See how it way overlaps down here, and then up here it doesn't even meet. So it's fine. There's a lot of tapered tumblers out there. You just have to do a different template, and that's fine. I'm gonna show you how to do that. So let's quickly, I'm gonna turn off this press. We're gonna go back to the design space, and then I'll meet you back here and we'll press again. Okay, here we are back in Cricut Design Space, and we need to make this tapered. So I've already purchased a template, so you can purchase them either from Etsy or you can purchase them on design bundles. I can't remember right now off the top of my head where I purchased it, but I will find it and I will make sure that I link it in the description below. But I need to go ahead and I need to upload that to Cricut Design Space. So I'm going to click upload. I'm going to go to upload image. Just like we did before, I'm going to go ahead and just drag and drop the SVG. Here it is. It's already named, and then I'm going to upload it. I'm gonna go ahead and click on it, and we're gonna put it into Add Canvas. And here you go. So really all we have to do, you guys, is just make sure that the dimensions on this one are similar to this one. So it's 9.313. So let's go ahead and change that, because this one is only 9.3. So we're gonna do 9.313. Click enter. And then this one was 8.21. This one's 8.211. So perfect. Close enough, right? Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one on top of that one. I'm going to grab the two of them and I'm going to align and center. And then all we have to do is cut it. But I just had a thought. Let me send this to back really fast. It will only let you cut 2 things. And because I have, see, I can't slice it because I have this grouped together. See how many groups I have? So what I need to do is I need to ungroup it. And I need to, let's see, ungroup again. I have too many things grouped there. I'm going to grab this whole, ungroup one more time. There we go. Because all I want is this one. So I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to hit my shift key. I'm going to grab all of these right here. I'm going to group those. And the reason I did that is so that I can move this out of the way. All right. I'm going to grab these again. Let's center them again. And honestly, it doesn't matter which one's on top of the other. we're just going to be cutting it. So now, because I only have two layers selected, it's going to let me slice. So we're going to slice it. Voila, there we go. This is the piece we don't need now. We're going to hit delete. And I can go ahead and get rid of this. But you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and keep it in here so that I have it. And there we go. Now I can grab this again. I can bring it to front. And I can put it right where we wanted it. I actually think I might make it a tad smaller. Right there. How about that? That works for me. Okay, so I've got it cut. And now I just need to make sure I slide this up to match on the bottom. It has to match on the bottom, otherwise it's not going to fit all the way. You want to start with this side that doesn't have any white on it, and then they should be close enough. It's so close, you guys, so close. Take it a teeny bit more down. Ooh. Maybe even start at the top. Maybe that would be better. Start at the top of the image, just so you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm starting at the very tippy top of that image right there. And that way I can make sure I get as tight as possible. Ooh, it's hard. Yep, that's the trick. You have to start at the top for it to fit. And even then, I'm not sure if this one's actually gonna fit. You know, you guys watched me. I selected the 20-ounce tumbler, which this is what a 20 ounce is. But I feel like it needs to be slightly bigger than what that one was, because I feel like we are gonna have a seam. It'll be close. It'll be really close. Again, I'm trying to do it as tight as I can. And with this tumbler press, you only need 3 pieces of tape. One more down here at the bottom. All right, we are set. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my press back on. I'm going to relocate the camera, and I'm going to show it from up above so you guys can see exactly how this tumbler press works. All right, you guys, here we are with my new tumbler press, and I did introduce you guys to this in one of my last videos. I like this, and I also like the conventional oven. I don't really have a total preference yet, but I'm going to go ahead and try both of these in this press today. And I wanted to show it from above so you guys can actually see the space in this. So let's go ahead and turn it on, and I'll talk a little bit about it as it's heating up. So this press you can get from pnwblanks.anna.com is the site that I got it from. They are offering it right now in 3 different colors. There's a pink and like a military green and like a softer green. You can order it, like I think I spent around $500 for mine because I wanted it really quick, and I ordered one that was like already in stock. But they're always pre-ordering from, you know, international, and they're getting them sent, I think, from China. So you can actually get them cheaper. You can pay a deposit, so you just pay some down now, and then you'll pay the rest when they actually arrive. But just keep in mind that it could take months, you guys. I'm sure everyone has heard that everything is stuck on the ships, and they're just floating out there in the sea trying to get them here in America. So just know that if you're going to do the deposit, if you're going to wait and pre-order one, you may not have it for 3 to 6 months. Like, it literally could take a long time. They cannot control when they're going to get their shipments. So if you want to, you want one, you want it now, go to their website. I think they still have a few left in stock. You're just going to be spending a little bit more money because, of course, the demand is higher. And I agree with them. I would probably charge more money too, because the demand is so high right now. But let me just tell you a little bit about this press and why I love it so much. I did a ton of research. I literally looked on so many different websites, and this press is one of the only ones that is as long as this. I can't remember how long it is off the top of my head, but it's a great press. If I'm holding this up to it, you can see how long it is. So the reason I like that is because every single press is going to start losing some of its heat on the ends. So on this end here and on this end here, it's going to naturally start losing some of that heat. So having a longer press ensures with my 20-ounce mugs that the entire mug is going to have equal heat, and it's going to look great, right? So that's one reason I love it. The other reason is honestly the pink. I think it's super cute. And I just love I think this compared to the convection oven because it does hug it nice and tight, and there is less taping. Obviously there's only 3 pieces of tape, and I've done this every time and I haven't had any issues. The only time I had issues is because I didn't push the tumbler all the way in. I had it too close to the end here, and so the tip of it didn't sublimate very well. So I've done a few tumblers in this press and I've been super happy with it. What it's doing right now is it's going up to its resting temperature. So hopefully you guys can see those numbers turning there. The resting temperature on this press for what I chose is 350 degrees. So it's going to get to 350 and it's going to kind of hang out there in between presses. Now when you get your mug is room temperature. So what's going to happen is we're going to shove this this tumbler into the tumbler press. And because this is colder than the 350, you will see that this number here is going to start to go down. That's totally normal because what's happening is this is hot, the tumbler is cold, and they're going to go and they're going to meet in the middle on temperature. Then what's going to happen is the temperature is going to start, once they meet in the middle, the temperature is going to start rising up again, and it's going to get to our sublimation temperature, which is 365 degrees. Then what you're going to see happen is this 30 seconds here, it's going to start counting down. And that's because it's finally hit the 365 sublimation temperature, and it's going to count down. Then we're going to open it up, we're going to turn it, and then we're going to close again, and as long as it's still at that 365 temperature, then it will count down another 30 seconds. So that's how this press works. I know every press is a little bit different, but just in case you guys get this press, I wanted you guys to see up close how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and just fast forward through this part as we get up to the resting temperature. Right, you guys, we're almost up to temperature, so I'm going to go ahead and get prepared by putting on heat-resistant gloves. I will make sure that I have a link in the description below to purchase these off of Amazon. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our tumbler inside this press. Now, one thing I pointed out the last time is the opening to the tumbler. You want it on this side so that it's easy for you to turn it, okay? Because we have to turn this halfway through. And then another thing I want to point out, I do not have butcher paper around this. This is just the sublimation paper. So that was kind of a shock to me at first because I'm so used to having to use blowout paper to protect my press. But in something like this, it does not hurt your press. So this is what I do. The tape is facing forward, okay? And I do that because I have to turn it halfway through, and I'm going to turn it and I'm going to make sure the tape is facing backwards at that time. So I'm going with the opening this way. I'm going to shove it in here. You guys will be able to watch me. Before my press got hot, I made sure that the pressure was perfect. I'm going to go ahead and close it. There we go. Now watch the temperature over here. See how it's going down? Down, down, down. It is going down because, like I said before, it's going to meet in the middle. It's trying to figure out the temperature of the tumbler, and then it will all of a sudden slow down or stop altogether, and then it's going to come right back up, and you will watch it. It's going to go up to the 365, and then you'll see this 30 seconds. It's going to start counting down. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this part. So you can see it stopped there. It stopped at about 329, and now it's going back up. Another thing I'll go ahead and mention while we're waiting, you never want to leave this heat press with nothing in it. Like I know with our heat presses, our clamshell heat presses for our shirts and things like that, it doesn't necessarily hurt that heat press to have it running like in between shirts. But truly, this one shouldn't be sitting open for, I would say, longer than a few minutes. Like if you're going to be pressing multiple tumblers, then have them all wrapped and ready to go in order and press one after the other, after the other, after the other. Don't let it sit with nothing in it. It's going to help with the longevity of the press. The other thing, to take a break because it's a lot on the heating elements of your press. So make sure that you're reading the care instructions for your press and make sure that you are giving your press a break. And what does that mean? That means that you turn it off completely, let it cool down completely to the point where you could touch it with a bare hand and it's not going to burn you, and then go back and do some more presses. The reason they have you do that is for the longevity of your press. If you don't do that, you're going to wear your press out and you just lost out on $500. So just a little bit of advice from me. All right, so you can see it's counting down. We're almost there. One thing I want to mention, the whole reason we're turning this is this whole section right here that you can see, it's not being sublimated right now. So that's why we're going to open it and we're going to turn it so that it gets a chance to get sublimated. Here we go. We're opening it. I'm going to pull this out so that I can turn it and I can see the stickers, or not stickers, I'm sorry, the heat resistant tape. And I'm going to point those to the back and I'm going to push this back to the middle and I'm going to close it again. There we go. You can see it's still at 365. It's counting down. There we go. You can see here this changed to 2. That's basically counting how many times that you pressed it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out very carefully, and I'm going to go and set this on my counter over here onto a mat, and then we're going to start our next one. So now you're going to see this is going to start going back down to its resting temperature, which was 350. That's totally normal, and it's just because it doesn't want to stay at that high temperature, burn itself out. Now, I'm very curious about this one. I have never done a tapered tumbler before, so I'm curious of how this is going to work out. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to increase my pressure just a tad, because this one is definitely a little bit skinnier. Let's just do maybe 4. And go ahead and slide this in with the same thing, the opening on this side so that my thumb can grab it, and my tape facing the front. I'm gonna slide it in just like we did the other, so it's like right there in the middle. We're gonna close it. Definitely feels tight, but I can see that it's not totally tight down there. So you and I will see if this is gonna work for tapered tumblers. Maybe I even should have tightened this one a little bit. In fact, I'm gonna do that. It's probably, I don't know if it's gonna hurt it. Well, I don't know, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it, you guys. I'm sure if I wasn't supposed to do that, Anna will email me and tell me. But I'm gonna try it because I want it to work. But I'm not sure if that would ruin my press. So Anna, if you're watching this, if you could comment down below and tell us if this is naughty or nice. Here we go. You can see that the counter just changed to 3. I'm gonna open it up like we did before. Slightly pull it out, just easier for me to turn. I'm gonna turn it till the tape is facing the back side. And I'm gonna push it back in right in the middle. I don't know if you guys can see that it's steaming. The steam is very hot, so make sure you're keeping your face out of the steam. We can see that it's not to temperature. See how it's at 360? We have to wait for it to get back up to that 365 before it's gonna count down again. All right, this one's done. This is adorable. Love it so much. But I will say the color is very off. This came out very red and not pink at all. So there you go. It's adorable. It's that B and E, the cute little one. I actually love this one. It is so cute. My Bradley. Mrs. Hamilton. I mean, how fun is this, you guys? It's just adorable. I love it. It turned out great. You can barely see the seam. I think it looks pretty good. You barely see it. So cute. And this would be really cute, like custom design that you guys could sell if you have an Etsy shop or wherever you're selling, and just say, you know, these are custom made, and you could go in and change it from B+E to B+C, or whoever it is that's ordering it, you could make something custom for them. Isn't that cute? I think it's adorable. But I'm kind of bummed that it's not that pink color. What I used was my Epson 15,000 for this one, which has the Epson ink. The only difference this time is that this is the StarCraft paper, but that has nothing to do with the color, you guys. So kind of a bummer that the color didn't turn out as pink as it was on my screen. So I would have to kind of make some adjustments in that color section to get it to the pink that I want. But there's nothing wrong with red. It's still cute. Just kind of bummed. All right, let's look at this other one. And honestly, probably the Cosmos ink is my favorite. Like I feel like I never go wrong with Cosmos ink. I feel like with the Epson ink, I'm always guessing. Okay, so this was my first tapered tumbler. And as we thought, it didn't quite fit. So the template that I'm gonna list in the comments below, just know that maybe make it a little bit bigger, because this clearly didn't fit the 20 ounce, as you can see there. So adorable. It actually turned out cute. I do have 2 little black spots, so I should have cleaned it a little bit better, but you can barely see them. They're barely there. But it turned out adorable, and we designed that. We made it and designed it today together. So fun, you guys. Adorable. I love it. All right, you guys, that's it for today's tutorial. What did you think? Did you learn something new? Did you have fun? I always have a blast with you guys. I think it's so much fun to show you guys everything that I create, show you my errors, show you my mistakes. Honestly, today's mistake was, you know, not necessarily something I did or could have done differently, but I just didn't realize it was a tapered tumbler. And I'm kind of excited because now I know how to do the tapered tumblers, and now I know that I need to make that template just a little bit bigger to make sure that we fit it. But overall, they both turned out adorable. I feel like I'm getting better and better at both my designing and actually applying the sublimation print to the tumbler so that it fits perfect and that it's not faded. Turned out super great, you guys. I love them. I can't wait to make a few more. In fact, I think those cute bridesmaid ones and the brides, like, I want to do that one, and I want to try and sell those because those turned out so cute. And these ones, I mean, just how cute is that? It's adorable. And you could absolutely sell something like this. I don't care if you copy me, you guys, on something like this. It's a big enough market. There's enough customers. Go out and sell this. Like, I think this would totally sell, especially when it's custom. I mean, if you can tell people, like, give me your guys' initials and I can make it custom just for you. Like, this is a really cute gift idea. So anyways, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I know that there's plenty of things that you guys could be out there doing, other channels you could be watching, and you choose to watch mine, you choose to follow me. I appreciate you guys more than you even know. Make sure that you follow us in our Facebook group, which is Emma's Cottage DIY. Show me your fun tumblers. And if you purchase the Emma's Cottage tumbler, this tapered one, show me what you made. I'm so excited to see what you guys create with everything inside of that box. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure you click the like button and subscribe. But the most important part, make sure that you ring that bell so that you get notified anytime that I upload a new video. Until next time, we'll see you later, friends.